Ezekiel Elliott, who went for 151, who caught up with Jane Slater right there on the field.
Ahead of this game, you said that you guys had adopted this mentality that it was us against the world. Do you think that you guys executed that well tonight in this win?
I think we did. I think we came out today and we did a lot of good things, and we had a lot of adversity, and we did a great job responding to that adversity and going out there and get that win today.
You guys didn't have your rookie left guard, Connor Williams. At one point, it looked like Zach Martin might have gone down, and yet here you are. You more than doubled your rushing yards in 3 of your last 4 games. Where did this game from you come from?
I think just those guys finally gelling up front. You know, those guys were doing a great job up front, starting the plays off and giving me holes to run through. And so, I mean, those guys came out, they dominated their front, and I mean, it showed.
You posterized Trey Sullivan tonight. What were you seeing in that play when you decided to hurdle the defender?
I just know DBs want to go long on me. They don't really want to tackle me high, so I just went up over them.
Is that one you're going to regret, though, considering you were this close to the end zone? What happened to you after that?
Yeah, I definitely regret that. Could have been one of the coolest plays of my career, and kind of turned to one of the goofiest at the end, tripping on the 10-yard line. But, yeah.
Something tells me your mom is still going to frame this one, though, Zeke.
Oh, yeah, I think she will.
Appreciate it. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Zeke with Jane Slater there. Let's take a look at the NFC playoff picture. So the Eagles are 4-5, and they have a date with the Saints in New Orleans in Week 11. You've got the Redskins. They're still atop that division. The Rams advance to 9-1. It's looking pretty cool, but let's see some more highlights on this Monday morning. Let's go with the Patriots going to one of my favorite cities. Some call it Nashville, others call it Upset City. Trace.
I got you. Let's get to it. Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, the first person Belichick has coached to go up against him. How about this right here? Ooh-wee, Corey Davis, CD. Right over the top. What did you used to do with them blank CDs? You used to burn them, and that right there was a burn for the touchdown. I got to get my energy up because Kyle did amazing on his highlight read. And there's Gronk. He's out with his foot in his back. My foot in my back. Yes, he is out, and he is not in the game.
More of those body plays.
Yeah, I know, right? Here we go. That's a sack right there. Sack just like the lunch your mom packed for you if you headed to school. And there it is, out of bounds like an unnecessary comment. They're struggling on 3rd down, and that is it. Over there, you got Josh Gordon trying to make a play, and that's Sadori doing the dance. Great coverage by him. Second quarter, Titans lead 17-10. Derrick Henry throwing his weight around like Mark Henry. I see you getting in that end zone. Big boy was running, and that big boy right there was coaching. Mariota, 2 pass TDs in the first quarter. How about that? 4th quarter, moving on. Patriots trail 27-10. All right, check out this play right here. Tom Brady, he gives it to White, and then White gives it to Edelman. So it's Brady to White to Edelman. That means 3 white guys touch the ball, and it was a good play. Brady stumbles, though.
Like the old Celtics.
He's like a newborn giraffe. Keep your feet, fam. Either way, though.
It's a failed 3rd down conversion to me.
Either way, a great play. Call. It was a failed 3rd down conversion.
On that drive.
And here it is. How about this, though? You got
This is how you do it.
Robin to Beast Boy to Cyborg. That is Teen Titans Go right there. I see. That was a great play. I think that right there was anything you can do, I can do better. They called that purposely because the Patriots called that. And there it is.
Vrabel said after the game, I want to see what we do with it.
Exactly. And they go out there and they hug it out right in the middle of the field. The Titans, they don't just beat the Patriots. They beat up on the Patriots 34-10. And we caught up with a former Patriot, now superstar running back for the Titans, Dion Lewis.
I didn't know if I could do anything. I know I could play. I just had to, just let our team know that these guys are beatable. You just got to take it to them and be physical, and we'll wear them out. Yeah, very confident. Everybody's confident. Like I told these guys, I played there, so I know those guys, and I know that you be physical with them and let them have it. They'll fold. Yeah, it's a real sweet win, especially when you used to be there and they didn't want to bring you back. So definitely real sweet. I'm happy my teammates came out and played, and I love these guys.
So it is a little personal.
Hell yeah, it's personal. That's what happens when you go cheap. You get kicked.
Dion feeling some kind of way after that huge win, huge upset over the Patriots. His former squad, 24 points, is tied for the 3rd largest defeat the Patriots have ever had with Tom Brady as their starting quarterback. Let's say good morning to Ian Rapsheet. Please, Ian Rapsheet, as I like to call him, at Rapsheet on Twitter. And let's get an update on a very important piece of the Patriots puzzle. Julian Edelman, we saw him sort of walk off. He was talking to a trainer while he's sitting on the bench. Then it was an ankle injury late in the game. How serious is this thought to be?
Well, Julian Edelman, no doubt, is going to get his ankle checked out later today, and that's something that he actually said post-game. And, Kay, you know, you've been there. Players talk post-game in the locker room with reporters. That generally is a good sign that it is not a major injury. And, you know, Edelman did kind of shrug this off and say, we'll see how it feels. So, of course, they are going to make sure to take every precaution. But the timing is actually really good for the Patriots. You have Edelman with this little ankle injury. You have Rob Gronkowski with a back and ankle injuries. Both of these guys have the bye now, so the Patriots can use the next week or so just to get healthy. And, you know, for Edelman, I know the timing is good. And for Gronk, it is extra good because the player that they've seen on the field is not the guy they've had in the locker room for almost a decade. They are counting on this time to help propel them into a very healthy and potentially successful December.
A lot of that probably went into why Gronk was inactive yesterday. Of course, Sony Michel probably not feeling 100%. That bye week should be a nice little remedy for those Patriots up in Foxborough, who now have lost 3 games this season. Thanks a lot, Ian. We'll talk to you throughout the show. Let's talk about these games, guys.
Yeah.
We saw these brilliant highlights. The Cowboys get the win. The Titans get the win over the Patriots. What sort of stood out to you the most from these two, Peter?
Okay, I look at the Cowboys and what they were going through the last 5 days, and I almost think of, like, hate to be grim here, a coroner's office, and there's this corpse, and people are just picking it apart and dissecting it, because that's how the national media was treating the Cowboys. Yeah. Dak stinks. Jason Garrett stinks. Scott Linehan should be fired. They have no receivers. Their offensive line is overrated. The defense, they were awesome last night. And I love Jerry Jones's quote afterwards. We didn't have it on this one. I'm going to give it to you. This is his quote to the local Dallas reporters. "This is particularly rewarding. We were being laid to bear. The past week and really building up to this past week, we were being really operated on and look to see what's there. These guys, these players, and frankly, Jason Garrett and these coaches, when we really looked deep into the surgery, they came out and we said, it's not terminal. It's not terminal. You look around this locker room right now. Zeke played well. Gallup played well. And Jason Garrett, shout out to him, because with everybody picking him apart for being too conservative, not having the courage, here it is, 4th and 2, a fake punt to Jeff Heath, and gets the first down and moves the chains, and they would later make the points to really get ahead in this game. I love this call, and it's symbolic of the Cowboys. Look, Todd Bowles is on the hot seat, laid an egg yesterday. We're going down to Dirk Cutter, laid an egg yesterday. Yeah. Jason Garrett might have coached the best game of the season yesterday, finding a way to win on the road in the defending champion's house with all of the pomp and circumstance of a former president and Veterans Day and everything going on into this game. Jason Garrett and the Cowboys showed they're still America's team. He's still going to be America's coach. He is going to be the coach for the rest of the season. Game like that really saves his job, and I'll tell you, takes all of us technicians and doctors and everyone working on
playing operation.
Playing operation, it puts us at bay. And I got to say, hats off to the Cowboys. They got the job done.
So it's too early to say this statement, but it'll be so interesting to see what they decide to do with Dak. Dak is, you know, your franchise guy. He's going to have to get paid and extended. We'll see how that all turns out after the season.
Dr. Schrags.
Dr. Schrager.
I'm looking on the other side of the ball. Less than 8 months after a parade, Eagles fans booed the team last night, and they should have. They should have. Everyone's all up in their arms. How do you do that? They're booing their performance. And everyone's saying, well, they brought you a Super Bowl to that time. Enough of that. It's enough of the Philly special, enough of the dogs, enough of the mummers costume, because it's starting to sound a little bit like a guy who goes back to his high school campus after he graduates.
Gary O'Connell.
Yeah, exactly. Doing belches and everything, trying to like live up the glory days. Here's the thing. Jerry Jones also said this week that he saw the Grim Reaper this week. He saw, not for himself, I was for the team. He saw, this is now the Eagles' Grim Reaper week. They're going to New Orleans. If your dogs bite somebody, do something, all right? Because this is the game. If you lose this game, it's over. This is not about Philly and me. This is about Marley and me, because that's how this season is going to end. Do something, all right?
You use Marley and me to the
That's the way it's going.
I will say this, with the Eagles fans, we were in London, and I got in the elevator with a bunch of Eagles fans who made the trip over to London. I said, you guys are going to have to be loud. And this Eagles fan who's a diehard looks at me and says, we've been loud all season. They just haven't been good. And I'm like, all right, like, it's quick. That thing, you know, the Super Bowl parade was nice. It was a long time ago now.
You know, I'm looking at the Patriots and Titans game. And for so long, I've looked at the Patriots as an offense that is about as unpredictable as an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Sure.
It's six
good ones.
And you know what? That team, that offense, that coach has been haunting his former coaches and former players for a long time. Mike Vrabel comes in, and he takes that approach. He says, you know what? I'm going to be unpredictable. And they come out passing the rock. You would think that with the hand injury from Mariota, with the struggles of TD to interception ratio, that they would come out, they lean on Deion Lewis, lean on Derrick Henry early in the game. That's what you would assume. But Brady will say, no, let's take the approach and give our young quarterback, superstar quarterback who's feeling better, a chance to open up the running game by passing the rock. And then plays like this, it only solidified the fact that a little bit of Bill Belichick has rubbed off on this young coach who used to play for him. So for me, this is great. And on top of that, Deion Lewis at the end of the game, after the game, saying, you know, you go cheap, you get your bleep kicked. And I feel like that's like a kid that used to get a whooping. And you know how you would whisper, like, oh, man, I hate getting whoopings. Your mom be like, what you say, boy? Nothing. And they would say that about the Patriots all the time. You know, the Patriots always go cheap. They never pay anybody. What you say? Nothing. But when you get older and your mom tries to whoop and you're like, Mom, I'm 17. You know, you grab that belt. You know, just talk to me. You don't have to whoop me anymore. That's these young kids. That's these young kids looking at the Patriots. Like, listen, you're not whooping me anymore. I'm a grown man. And that was the Titans growing up. Loved it.
But it wasn't a close game like the Eagles and the Cowboys. It could have been anybody. Yeah. They, to use your words, whooped the Patriots. Yeah. The Patriots always have that one game that they lose. It doesn't make any sense, and they somehow galvanize. That's not this. Like, they've done that pretty much 3 times. They've been blown out in these losses, which is so weird, but also just credit to Mariota. You're saying his hand injury, you thought they'd run. I feel like he's healthy. We saw it last week. I sort of like he looks a little bit different, a little bit more comfortable. And he has 4 touchdowns, no interceptions over the last 2, stringing it together. Maybe it just took. He has a new coach, new offensive coordinator, Matt LaFleur, who I spoke very highly of in the offseason. Maybe it's just like now gelling and coming together at the right time. The defense has been on point all season long, and they held Mr. Brady in check. Oh, yeah. I also love the creativity of what this offense is showing, right? We saw the thing with Brady, and now here you have Darius Jennings to Mariota. This is less than a minute later. Like, this is absolute trolling and flexing on the field, and I was kind of here for it.
Dunked on. It's like what Foles did in the Super Bowl. Yeah. He dropped it, Foles caught it.
Yeah. Dunked on, as Drake says. Okay, more highlights just ahead. 1 week after beating the Rams.